What is happening, guys? Paladin here, and welcome to another video. Today, I wanted to discuss about the new cards that come out in Cyberstorm Access in like 1 month from now. We get 5 new main deck cards and 3 for the extra. We will discuss about which ones are playable in the deck and possible ratios. So let's get started. We will start with Quem. As I've mentioned before in previous videos, this card is mandatory in the deck once she comes out. It's a huge combo piece. The fact that she's treated as Dogmatica or Despia makes it even better. For example, you can special summon her with Branded Opening, so it doesn't always conflict with Albert. That's one plus. The second one is that she can also be summoned with the Titanic Lance effect, because she is also treated as a Dogmatica guard. So that those are 2 huge pluses. Another plus is that it's a tuner, so it's like material for your synchros, either Dispater or Lulu or Baron or Chaos Angel. She has a combo on her own. I've showed you. She does a great combo with Saronir. And in my opinion, she's the reason I'm considering to add Branded in High Spirits in the deck for that specific reason. So this one, in my opinion, is mandatory in the Branded deck, at least at 1. I'm not sure if I want to play this at 2, but 100% it's a very good option for the main at 1. Let's just hope she's not really expensive. The next one is the Bastial Albert. When this card came out, I gave it a try. I tested it online. I didn't really find it that good. Like, it was fun and all, but it wasn't. It didn't feel like being, mandatory in the deck. It's good versus dragon decks, but that's about it. It's not really, worth sacrificing a slot for it. So it's a no from me, to be honest. Unless something new comes up, like a new combo or something, this doesn't really feel like a mandatory combo piece in the deck. The next one is the field spell. When I first read this card, it was kind of, how can I say it, kind of cute, alright, but it doesn't fix the problems that the deck has. Like, I tested it, but I didn't really find it, that useful. It didn't add to the deck something that it's missing, so I wouldn't really run it. As I said, unless something new comes up, like a new combo or something, I wouldn't really play the field spell. I don't think that we need it. And people in the OCG do not play this card anyway. Now let's go to the next ones. Blazing Branded King. This card, when I first tested that, seemed very useful. The fact that it provides a negate in the deck, something that the deck is missing, was really good. The huge drawback that I personally didn't like at all was that it negates also your board. Like, it's not a skill drain only for your opponent, but also for your cards. So, in my opinion, you have to be very careful if you plan on playing it in the main deck. So, it could be at 1 in the deck. It's searchable with Albion, with Aluber, with many cards, but it doesn't really feel like it can save the deck from its weaknesses. I really like it at first sight when I saw it, but I believe that it can be more of a side card than a main deck card. As I said, because of its drawback. It can negate your whole board, so you can't just, shotgun it, in my opinion. So this is either 0 or 1. In my replay videos, when I tested it, I preferred to side it, but that's about it. I wasn't really excited about this card. Let's go to the next one, the branded Etude, or whatever they call it. This one is a card I really, really like, to be honest. It really helps the main deck synergize with the synchros. It basically gives you a Baron or in your opponent's turn, which is something the deck indeed missed till now, because it loses to board wipes, to evenly matched, and this card gives you a free Baron in your opponent's turn, and if you have a Bastial on board, it's also a Macrocosmos, kind of, at least. This is definitely a card I suggest playing in the main. One copy is fine, in my opinion. It's searchable. It's very easy to get access to, especially with the combo I've showed you many, many times that, starts with the Rimbram, etc., etc. This also helps you, play this pattern, your opponent's turn, Chaos Angel, Lulu, although Lulu can be summoned through Granignol. We will talk about that in a bit. So this new card, in my opinion, can be played at 1. It's really, really good, and I really like it. So from the 5 cards in the main deck, till now, from my experience and my testings, Quem and the continuous trap that synchro summons are the 2 that I would play in the main deck. Now let's go to the extra deck new monsters. I will start with this pattern. At first I wasn't very excited, but I found it while testing really, really useful. I like the fact that it can provide a negate. Although, as I said in the previous video, these cards, along with the new trap, in order to you, so you can play them at full potential, you need the Bastials in the main. Like, none of these cards, except maybe Quem, they won't be useful in your deck without playing Bastials. So, because the trap itself that synchro summons tells you that it needs Bastials or dragons in order to synchro summon. So, in my opinion, as I said in the previous video, you have to run more Bastials in order for this to work. This pattern is the card I would play 100% in the extra deck. It deserves that 1 slot in the extra. Can be summoned either with the trap or with tuners, Quem. We have also Cartesia, which is also a level 4 tuner. Let's go to the Lulu. Lulu is really good, first of all, because she can be cheated out with Granignol. Granignol can summon her easily, which is very, very good with his effect. All the builds that I have seen from the OCG, even before the ban list, because as you've seen, Konami decided to fuck them up in the OCG, unfortunately. All of them run Lulu. She provides a negate. She gives an attack boost. It's not bad at all, in my opinion. This and this pattern, alongside with Baron, are the 3 mandatory ones in the main deck. And maybe Chaos Angel, that's another topic, as a fourth synchro, but that depends on the free space you have in your extra. Like, if you have the space, you run also Chaos Angel. If not, you don't. But Baron is 100% mandatory, because she can protect your board, and she can provide something that the deck was missing till now. And let's go to the final one, Albion. Albion is not really a card that impressed me, not going to lie on this. I like the fact that it can be targeted, but in general, it never really came up while testing. Like, sure, it has an expulsion effect, but it didn't really offer something that I personally felt that I was missing in this deck. So in my opinion, this is optional mostly. It's not mandatory. Like, while testing, I was when I summoned this card while testing, I felt that I was summoning it while I was winning. I didn't really feel that I was missing this card if I didn't really, run it in the extra deck. So in my opinion, it's mostly optional. It hasn't impressed me, so I can't really say that it's mandatory from my experience and my testings in the past months. So this is pretty much it about the 8 cards we get in Cyberstorm Access. There was a hint from Konami, as I've posted in the community tab some weeks ago, that we may get more cards in the future. And I really want that, to be honest, because I believe that the deck right now is really fair. Like in the last video we discussed about the weaknesses of the deck and why it hasn't really performed as expected. But in my opinion, the deck is fair. It doesn't really need a hit. Like, aside from the expulsion and gimmick puppet lock, the deck is really fair. Like, you ask the branded fusion, and you pretty much stop it. It's something that the other meta decks don't have, and that's why they top more often than the branded does. I believe that these cards can make an impact on the deck, can really change the playstyle, can really provide a boost. However, as I said before, you need to run more Bastials. You can't really play these cards with one Sharonir and one Lubellion. That's impossible, in my opinion. So, to finalize this, Quem, in my opinion, is mandatory. Branded Etude is also mandatory. Dispatter and Lulu are both mandatory, along with Baron, as I said. And for Albion, it's 50-50, maybe 60-40. I wouldn't run it, to be honest. The Blazing Branded King is kind of, good, but as I said, you can't shotgun it. It's a risky card. It's like your final negate on board. You don't want to negate your stuff. It would be very bad, to be honest. So we have 4 cards that are mandatory. The 5th card that I would include in the deck post Cyberstorm Access would be Branded High Spirits, as I said, because of Quem and the combo she does with the Sharonir. It's like a 2-card combo for a full board. I've made a video on that. You can find it on the channel. I'm planning on making more commentary videos. I see that you guys like them, and so this is pretty much it. Let me know down in the comments below what else do you want to discuss about Despia right now. I'm planning on making more combo videos, explaining explaining them step by step, so you guys can see yourself how they work, how the new cards work together. And stay safe, and see you next time.